Go ahead and get your drinks, get your wine. We gotta go. We gotta go. People being like, oh, like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to make a story time? Like, aren't you scared?
I don't fuck with her or none of her friends.
We're gonna get into this thing. I hate off the shoulder things. Are you guys crooked? Hello my darlings, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anita Sohn and we have a very special video for you today, a special story time. If you're brand new here, I mean, where are your manners? Where are your manners? Subscribe. Yeah, right there. Don't pretend you don't know where it is. This story time right here has become a little bit of a documentary, I won't lie. So I've gotten the accounts from all points of views. Also, I have people being like, oh, like, are you sure you wanna, are you sure you wanna make a story time? Like, aren't you scared?
People always be like, she needs to be stopped, but who the fuck gonna stop me though? Is it gonna be you? Doubtful.
I keep it 100. In fact, I am the most clowned person on this entire channel. Even myself, I'm not safe. That's just to say, that's how we do it here. Keep it a buck, keep it 100. And so go ahead and get your drinks, get your wine. It's gonna be, we're gonna get into the things. So first of all, let's set the context of this trip. I was invited by my friend, let's call him Charles. And a few weeks in, Charles is like, hey Anita, you're good at planning trips, you're good at traveling in general, how about you help us, plan this out? And I was like, okay, sure. So I joined the little planning committee. It was the three of us, me, Charles, and let's call her Jade. Okay guys, like what activities should we do? And they're like, oh, we need to book the villa. Huh? The trip is in 6 weeks and you haven't booked the villa? No. And I'm gonna say this very clearly because I remember this so distinctly, right? And if I hadn't been blocked out of the group chat, I would have shown a screenshot right here. Her birthday was during the trip. So she was like, I don't want this to be like my birthday trip or like my own trip. Like it's like a Jamaica trip, but my birthday's there and on my birthday we'll celebrate it, cool. Thus why Charles invited some of his friends and even I invited some of my friends when it came down to like trying to fill the villa. Me and Charles are like, hey Jade, here are the places that we found. Jade was just like, yeah, don't like that, too expensive. And I'm always accused of being like, oh, too bougie, or oh, I want the most expensive villa.
Guilty.
Because the ones that are cheap are ugly, and no offense, I will not be staying in those things. I will not be staying at a grandmother's house 40 minutes from the action. I can't do that. Options of what would I fit in her budget. I'm gonna put those up here. Right, it's like, options of what I actually said we should do, and this is what we ended up saying it. We found a place and we're like, okay, it's perfect, let's book it. Charles and Jade, like they're like, oh, but what if people don't pay us on time? When it came time for them to actually book, it was gone. I presented options. They let villas come and go because of the delay of time of booking, and I'm not about to let it happen again. So I booked the place and I was like, if you want to go for it, we'll go for it. If you don't want it, we don't have to have it. So Jade was like, well, I don't like that villa. It's too expensive for my people. I think the price for the villa per person was this. I'm gonna put it up here. And for a 5-day stay in Jamaica, like, I don't know, I thought it was good. Charles was like, Anita, you and my people will stay in that villa that you booked, and Jade and her people can stay in the one that she wants. So some weeks go by and Jade pulls up and she's like, yeah, we want to join your villa.
Child. Anyway, so.
And honestly, I was open to integrate her into our villa. So much to the point that we were willing to uninvite people from my group and Charles's group just to accommodate Jade and her friends. I will say it. She had the audacity to come and say, because the villa, in order to accommodate like as big as we were, there was like pull-out couches, there was like, like rooms with multiple beds in it, type of thing. She was like, yeah, none of my people are gonna be sleeping on no pull-out couches. We want the prime real estate, we want the bed, we want like all y'all, we don't wanna sleep with other people. Like we got our rooms and you guys can sleep on the pull-out sofas. Imagine booking a villa, something that's on my card, $10,000 is in my name. And you come into my face telling me, yeah, you're gonna have to sleep on the pull-out couch.
No.
Charles basically went to her, he's like, hey, like, you can't just, come in last minute and do that. And Jade threw a fit. Tantrum.
Get up! Get up!
She literally blocked all of us.
Nobody above blocking.
I don't even know the babe, okay? I was actually so blindsided by this. I messaged her and I was like, hey, like, do you know like what happened to the notes? I literally was so dumb that I thought it was like a fucking technical error. Like, that's how out of left field the blocking was. So me and Charles are like, fuck it, like I guess we'll just continue on like normal. So I think a week or two before the trip, Jade had reached out to Charles. She basically made up with Charles and then by extension made up with me. Let's continue on our happy trip. You know, we'll be in our villa, y'all will be in your villa, just like we planned. So I shared the itinerary and she was like, hey, for those restaurants, can you add us? So I went around, I called all the restaurants, I called everything, and I was like, hey, like, you know, can you, instead of 14 people, we're now gonna be 20 people. And mind you, once we hit 20 people for several of those restaurants, I had to put my card down because now it became a matter of deposits. Low-key, adding her people kind of complicated things because it now like means that like I have to put down like all these deposits, 200-300 deposits at each of these restaurants, okay? Because the restaurants that we're trying to eat at were like best of Jamaica, so they're not trying to play with us. Okay, so notice when she asked me to add her people to the reservation, I agreed and I did the work to add them. When it was her turn to add us to the one dinner she had, this is how it went. Good, how do I reserve it? I don't see open table. You might want to call them because like since we're booking 20 people, I don't think any booking site would work. Politely just telling her to call them. See where she asked to add her people to like all of our breakfast. She asked me, she was like, hey, did you hear about the restaurant from her birthday reservations? I'm like, huh? I thought you were booking. Guys, I just showed you the screenshot where I told her to book it and she emphasized my message. So how did you get from that I was gonna book it? She's like, oh, I don't see it on open table. And I kept like, ma'am, I told you before, you should call them. Like literally like, just call them. She goes and says, call who? If you try to go to a restaurant and they don't have open table or they don't have an online booking service, what do? Everybody answer. You call the restaurant. I don't know why this is fucking rocket science. Literally, I'm just like, Google the number. And then she also asked me if my Airbnb has beach access because her group wants to use my beach. Just to give you the vibe of like what stuff she's asking for, right? She comes and says, oh, only able to book my people, like only her 6 people. She tried booking it earlier. She keeps trying to book it online. Ma'am, this is the second time. I told her, did you call or do this online? How many times did I tell her to call? Why does she keep trying to do it online? Obviously, it's not working. She's like, did it online, but looking for their number now to call them. Guys, if you notice, this is the 3rd time I've told her to call them. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing multiple times and expecting a different result. So then she comes to my phone with this. Wasn't able to book with other people, like only for my people. Let me know if you have a plan B. Like telling me like, oh, Anita, like you guys should have a plan B. Then she has the audacity to come and say, well, actually, there's like 5 people in your group that I want, so I'm trying to at least accommodate them. I'm like, do you hear the words coming out of your mouth? Then the rest of the conversation is actually on WhatsApp. So she was like, so she comes into my WhatsApp talking about, hey, I was only able to get a reservation for only 10 people. Like, I'll call to let him know, but I really want to go there for my birthday. Oh my God, can you fucking imagine? I'm so sorry. I've been trying to book this place since last month, but couldn't figure out how. I told you fucking how many times to call them, like a normal human being would. How does any normal person book any restaurant? Girl, she just pissed me off. Like, tell me I'm not overreacting. Like, how do you, one, tell somebody who literally has hundreds of dollars on the line for your group? How do you call them and tell them the one restaurant that you wanted, that I asked for you to book and add us to your reservation, you couldn't do that? And then how do you, furthermore, fix your lips to say, oh, by the way, I made it for my group, plus the people in your group that I like. The rest of you, skedaddle. So I actually went to her itinerary because we had shared each other's itineraries. And I had seen that restaurants, the same restaurants she had begged me to ask her to add her to the reservation, she said she has like question mark, maybe we'll go, question mark, I don't know if we'll do this. What? You told me to add you. You're willing to let me forfeit my entire deposit for what? How disrespectful is that? I'm not gonna lie. When I saw all the restaurants that she had put question mark next to, I called those restaurants, I was like, make it down to 14. Fuck you guys.
I was like, okay, since it's just and her friends, since it's 3 of them, how about they just join us for dinner? Since it's her birthday, she can join us, and they can, instead of going to the restaurant to eat, y'all can just pay here because the quality of service is more than restaurant service. So I told her she can join us and then she can pay. The villa, in terms of food, they do it per person. You have to pay like 2 weeks prior. They didn't show up. I had to pay like almost 200 and something for that.
It's not very nice when like somebody's now out of pocket, like somebody's now lost money because he didn't arrive. You know what I mean?
That's what it is. I learned my lesson. So.
It was the energy between two girls, Jade and Lily, that essentially caused all this chaos. And so here's some context around why Jade and Lily have this beef. I don't know what to call it.
So let's play it.
All right, bro. Let me clear up something real quick. There was a cabin trip we went to, and I invited, right? And that's where we met, right? They became like best friends basically, and that's when, like, if I come to Jamaica, I want her to come with me type thing, right? But then I already voiced that she didn't like for whatever reason.
One thing was that, there's like a random white woman that came to the door one time. Lily had opened the door and she was like, who the F are you? Slammed the door in the white woman's face. Jade didn't like that. Jade was like, that kind of ticked her off. Then later, there's a situation where one of the people in the cabin was cooking for everyone else, right? Mind you, it's like not even like a cook that they hired. It's like a regular person that came just like everybody else and volunteered to cook for the entire 20 people. And Jade was like complaining about the food, being like, oh, the food's not good. Oh, the food is like, it's late, so how come it's always not on time? And Lily was kind of like, ma'am, like that's just so rude. For me, that's rude. Okay, if somebody's taking the time out of the day to cook for us, even though it might taste like shit. And apparently the food was actually good from what other people have said. But again, I wasn't there, can't say too much. Now the issue of who invited Lily.
The joint that we had was one club. And that's when I was basically fried, and I told her, like, oh yeah, you can come. Because one, I'm fried, and then two, in the back of my mind, I knew that we need villas in our body. But then me and talked about it later, and then was like, yeah, I really don't want her to come. And I've known since 2018. I know that she can't control her emotions, and at that point I'm like, I told her, like, basically, like, yeah, you shouldn't come. Like, look, bro, like, you should not come. But being hard-headed, she won't listen. She's like, oh no, it's not that big of a deal, it's not that big of a deal. And at a certain point, like, I had said no enough times that I just stopped caring, and I was like, all right, whatever, yeah. And that's basically what happened with her too. Like, I feel like she had told no enough times to the point where she was just like, all right, whatever, fine. But she said that thinking that she wouldn't see around a lot. Like, basically, she's like a cool person, so people invited her out to stuff that also ended up being at, and then that's when we saw the outburst that happened.
And then also, let's call her, let's say Tegan. Tegan, by the way, everyone in this story time is black. Tegan had met Lily at the cabin trip, and she loves her. Okay, they became fast friends like that. So Tegan and Jade are also friends. Tegan's like, Jade, I'd like Lily to come. Like, I'd like her to come. She's cool. I think she's cool people. And again, Jade was like, nah, don't care for her. No. Lily ended up being invited. Nobody expected for Jade to act like this. At the most, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you're here, don't really care for you, but albeit Jade did not want Lily to come, Jade knew Lily was coming. Now we're on the trip, right? We're on the trip, we're meeting up, we're doing things, our groups are combining. And so Lily, she meets everyone, and I think the first time I'm meeting Lily, everyone adores her. But this is when things went sour. While we're in the car back to Montego Bay, Jade is texting Charles like, why this bitch here, da 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 da. Charles is like, I don't even got, why are you starting a problem? We don't know, everyone's happy, everyone's chill. Charles is a guy, and he's not having any of it. He's like, you know what, I'm on vacation, I'm in Jamaica. I've always had also a thing for, like, I hate bullies. So when I see this mean girl behavior coming on, I personally invite Lily. I'm like, Lily, come with us. We're gonna go to Martha Brae River. We're gonna have a fantastic time. You're invited. Funnily enough, because there's multiple different companies that do these rides. So we told the one that she's going to. She's like, I ain't going to that one, no, because I know Jade is gonna be there. So she goes to another one. And the only other one that she goes to is the one that Jade is also at, because Jade had the same idea. I spoke to one of the people in Jade's house. So I'm gonna put here what he said about the situation.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Had told me that, so I sent her the Martha Brae River that we were going to, and I was like, oh, come join us. She was like, oh, okay, I'll see you guys there. But little did I know, in her mind, she's like, oh hell no, I'm not going to that one, because that's the one going to. So I'm gonna just go to the other one. And how ironic, how had the same, well, I assume she had the same ideology where she's like, she didn't want to go with our group where we were going, so she had went to another one.
Oh, because me and were vibing, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
And that's another thing, because she was saying that you're somebody's man, her friend's
nobody's
man.
I don't know where she got that from. First of all, I was supposed to go to Jamaica with a girl. She had issues getting her passport. I thought she was gonna be there Friday. She was gonna get her passport Thursday, fly out Friday, and meet me there. She never got her shit. The thing is, I went on one date with her, and like, you know how Nigerians are really forward and shit. We ended up like planning this trip after a first date, whatever. Cool. That's why I fucking is feeling some type of way, because she thinks that like I'm trying to finesse her friend or some shit.
Like, what the fuck happened at that Martha Brae?
This is what I know. We go to the raft thing. I never knew beforehand that. I guess she was trying to avoid her. I don't know. She never told me that. We got done with the raft. Everything's cool. Everything's kosher. We get off the raft. We're looking for them because we can't find them. We all sit down, and then I just see her, right? I have my shades on, so she didn't see that I see her.
She kind of peeped you guys were there, but she's like,
I wasn't sure why she would keep her distance after we were vibing yesterday. So I wanted to go over there and approach her, but I didn't want to be like all weird and shit. Then she came up to me underneath the tent, so it's like everyone's underneath the tent type of thing. Like passes by on the left, walks downstairs. Midway downstairs is when she like kind of starts looking back at me. And all of a sudden, she comes up to me. I didn't want it to seem like I just walked past her and I didn't see it. That's literally all she said. And then I was like, oh, that's cool. And I gave her a hug, and that's all she said. And in like mid hug, I'm giving her a mid hug, and when it starts going off, she's like, why you always stalking me? You always stalking me. Really getting angry. And I was like, yo, what's going on right now? She's like, that's my friend's man, but she's just saying shit to like anger herself. I'm not your friend's man. I was looking at her like, whoa, what?
you're like, who's man?
Everyone's like looking at her like going crazy. Talking vein in the neck,
Ooh.
weight, arms flailing all over the place. Like, and then like, just like, she kind of goes, she went away and then like just leave. Like, but yeah, that's what happened. And then we got in the bus and like, they stopped talking about it, kind of. Except for the fact that she kept saying that somebody's a stalker, and then she started calling out other people.
Calling out other people?
Yeah, she said somebody looks like SpongeBob, bro.
So, as you can see, is a bit tapped, it's a bit messed up, and we're all grown adults here, and just to act like that in front of like so many people, it just leaves a bad taste in people's mouths. Let's now fast forward to the next day. Next day, our mutual friend, let's call him Danny. So our friend Danny, we hear that he's also gonna be in Jamaica. Oh, lit! Danny doesn't know that any of this like drama is going on. So we all go to Danny's house, right? His villa is beautiful. There's another girl on there's actually several birthdays. So, and this girl's birthday, let's call her Zoe. So she also forgets her cake at our villa. Zoe reaches out to Lily. She's like, hey Lily, I know you haven't left yet, because Zoe had invited Lily to come because it's her birthday. She likes the girl. Nobody really has beef with Lily except for Jade. Let's just be real. Lily basically is saying to Zoe like, I'll come drop off your cake, but it has to be quick because earlier in the day, Jade has tried to fight me, so like, I don't want any issues. I know it's your birthday. Zoe's like, yeah, it'll be fine, just come. Like, I'm actually downstairs at the front of the house when she comes. So I'm like, oh, Lily, what's good? That's our POV, right? The POV of people in the house. Somebody is like, oh, girl, your best friend's here. You know, people do. Jade had never seen Lily. Hearing that she was there set her off, and she proceeds to kick off her heels and run.
Man, nigga, that snitch. I ain't been no.
She doesn't even know where she's going. She's running around the village. Where is she? The vibe comes from being like, oh, everyone's dancing, cool. Then you see the one girl just rampant. Now, fast forward. So let's go back to me and Lily. So I'm talking to Lily. I had a little bit of, are the girls fighting? I kept listening. Okay, this is Jade's voice. Oh, okay. Oh, I put 2 and 2 together equals 4. And I was like, yeah, that's Jade learning that Lily was there and Jade looking to beat her ass. I'm turning to Lily. Lily's already gone. She gone. So Jade comes on the steps. She's fee-fi-fo-fum. It's like watching Chihuahua, like, are you fight scene? She was just freaking the out. Danny, the lead of the villa that we're at, he goes and tries to console Jade. He's like, Jade, what's going on? He's like sitting her down, and Jade's like, that stalker bitch is here again, that stalker bitch. And because she doesn't see Lily to fight, she now looks for the next best person. That is Tegan. Jade turns to Tegan, she's like, it's you who invited her. Basically, Jade is like, you invited her, I'm gonna beat your ass next.
Oh shit, this is a massive ass pool.
Ask you one motherfucking question, dog. How the shit up?
you guys. No, your Anita has rubbed off on you so much. This is what Anita would do. Anita would do that. That's what he's doing. Anita has been when the police were there like this. I'm so confused.
It's fine. Yo, it's calm, bro. Everyone go back.
Every time she sees this other girl, she goes and gets in somebody's face.
I had this big crush for my birthday and you still didn't. So what are you still talking?
Wait. Don't fucking tell me who to talk to. No, you're fucking upset. And it's childish. It's childish. I just told you that shit has nothing to do with me and Shook or me. Okay, then be mad. Then be upset. Be jealous, be upset. Be jealous, be upset. Because you know what? It makes you look worse than the person. She didn't do shit to you. And for you to come into my face, because I didn't do shit to you. I don't even know what the fuck you're upset about. I don't see Lorena anywhere. So what the fuck is going to cut off?
Okay.
Did I bring her? Did you see me carry around her?
I see. Yeah.
And you're coming at me like
Guys, I didn't even clock this. So Jade also is saying, she yells out, she's like, I don't even like you, bitch. Fuck out of here. When I hear that, I'm like, oh, okay, she's saying that to Tegan. Okay. No. She was saying that to me. It's not until afterwards, and like I'm making the story time and I'm like texting people about it, that Tegan was like, oh, by the way, did you know that was about you? Like when she said that. Oh, so as a person who knows that not everything is going on, but a person that knows that Lily's in the car and like Jade is circling that car like, where is she? It was just so funny because it was like Danny's villa, like the people that we just met that night that had graciously invited us into their home, they were like, y'all need to get out. Guys, I wish we were at the end of the story time, but it gets worse. It gets worse. As I said, Danny's villa is like, y'all need to get the fuck out. We have our neighbors calling security. We don't want this energy. Too grown for this. Please leave, respectfully. So everyone's leaving, cool. So there's my friend, let's call him Peter. Then you have Dan, let's say his name is Dan. You have Dan, who is a guest and a member of Danny's villa, the villa that we are at. As we were leaving, Dan goes and pushes Peter. He's like, get the fuck out. And Peter was like, oh, no. So what you're not gonna do is touch me. I will beat your ass. And that's what Peter proceeded to try to do.
We gotta go. Y'all gotta go.
Look, y'all just hurt the girl. Can y'all please just stop? What the fuck? Y'all have to go. Everybody has to go.
No, don't wait. Yo, Daniel, shit, bro. We'll talk later.
I don't push me.
Yo.
I've been nothing but a go home.
Go this way.
Finally calm down. He's finally calm down.
Wait, you guys are walking this direction. Walk that direction.
He's finally calm down.
What? That direction. Excuse me. You guys are talking to walk that direction.
We're trying to make sure we have
everything.
Just walk.
No, don't worry. I'll help them out.
Can you make sure we got all of our stuff? We're trying to make sure we didn't forget anything.
Okay, one person can come out and make sure.
She's the least problematic.
You guys, please, everyone go out. No, she'll gonna show me everything they need to take out. Let's go. Only one person from this group. Everyone else get out. Only one person. Sorry.
Keep it calm.
Only one person from this group.
Oh my god, what the fuck happened?
I literally. Let's go. Yeah.
Are you with them?
I don't want
Yes.
I'm so sorry. She's gonna help them take this stuff.
I don't even know what the fuck just happened.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
No, Anita, there's no sorry to be sorry.
We're gonna get kicked out.
I'm so sorry.
Let's go.
So sorry.
You guys are about to go into hostility like this.
Help me, we don't see the same villa as her.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God, help me.
We don't know.
Okay.
We're not gonna be in the same car together.
We don't know her. Okay. Sorry. Okay, let me keep going. Let me make sure everyone has. I'm not leaving anything here. Oh, fucking hell. I don't even know what to look for. Okay, just if anything missing.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay, man.
I genuinely don't even know what just happened.
Make sure you took everything. We just need to get
I know.
Just get everything.
I don't know.
Okay, then we're good, right? Okay, let's go.
If anything, I'll text Daniel.
Right. Text Daniel, yeah. Everyone that doesn't live here, please go out. Please
be out, bro.
Please.
Why is she here, bro?
She's getting her cake.
She's getting the cake. She's getting the cake. She's coming. Because you want to join them.
Give me a. Where's my phone, please? Jesus, I don't know. I'm not leaving my phone. Where's my phone? Where did you leave it? It was on the table. She's missing her phone. My phone. Call my phone. Just call my phone.
It was like one of those like things where it's like, if you ever like seen the Incredible Hulk and like people are like, no, like stop, stop, please stop. He's just flinging people left and right. Casualties be damned. My friend, we'll call her Annie. She was thrown into the pond. I mean, I was okay. Like I could still walk, but she literally was limping when she left the villa. So while Peter was trying to go towards Dan, he was like, all right, peace. So he left. Dan left.
His own actions based off of something that someone said to him, and it's not even nothing that was aggravating. Something just really calm. If a man can't control his own thing, that's his own responsibility. So I'm not sure what this thing you're trying to tie me into. And as far as, I'm not sure what you guys are talking about, how you guys are working it out as far as who's liable for what or.
In that tussle, there was things damaged. So the garden was damaged, the walkway, there was a statue that was knocked over, blah, blah, blah. So just keep that in mind for later. I'm gonna put a little clip about, you know, what Danny's villa was, what their heads were going through in this time.
So honestly, we literally just came to that villa like maybe less than 3 hours.
Yeah, you guys just checked in.
Came, so I haven't even seen other people's villa or other people's rooms. And for that fight to happen, it was like, what the hell? Like, we were confused because we didn't know what was going on for her. At the same time, the fight just made it worse because, like, we were looking forward. Like, I've hyped my group up. Like, yeah, we have this group of people come in. We're going to have a good time. You know, these are great people. So I was just advocating. And I was the one who did the inviting. So they were like, okay, I trust you, Daniel. I trust, you know, I trust the people you're bringing. So when that happened, they were all looking at me like, is this what you mean? Like, this is not what we want. Like, most people are there for vacation. But then when the fight started, some people in my group, they left. They were like, they don't want anything to do with it. That's not what they came here for. Though we don't know all of you as a group, we kind of just, everything that happened, we just put you all together. Like, let's kind of stay away. Because it's like, yeah, that group, that's how we refer it. Like that group that came to the villa and fought. That's how we that's how we refer to you guys. But overall, we were just looking forward to just meeting y'all, meeting everyone and stuff. And you know, that didn't happen, and it was all good though.
So that was Dan's point of view. Honestly, what I thought it was is that I think in those moments we just lost a little bit of respect for each other and did things that like were just a bit too much. And as we're leaving, we see Jade still there. We're like, Jade, we're like, Jade, why are you still here? You should have been the first one gone. But Jade is like waiting for her taxi. I'm gonna also put another like video here about how Jade was supposed to go back.
You know, we were all leaving, and I remember Jade and her camp of people. I think they were trying to go back inside because I think one of your villa members had invited them back inside.
That was actually my cousin. You guys both had already left. My cousin was like, okay, how about you guys just wait inside for the taxi to come? So for safety reasons. But everyone was like, oh, hell no, that's not gonna happen. So that caused another problem internally. Throughout the whole night, it was ugly amongst us because the next day, everyone just apologized and that was it.
What did the villa host summarize the total amount of damages that happened that night?
The amount is $300.
So we go home that night and we're like, as a villa, we're just kind of like, bruh, what in God's name just happened? And lo and behold, everyone who was Jade's friend in our group was blocked. Ian was blocked, Charles was blocked, I was blocked. This is the second time this baby's blocking me, and I don't even know, I don't even know your last name. Now the next day is also the yacht. Originally, we were gonna do the yacht with all of us together. But obviously, after what had happened, Danny's villa is like, we don't want anything to do with any of you people. None of y'all. And obviously, my group is like, we ain't doing the yacht with Jade and her people. Because like, these three groups that we once together, kumbaya, we're all now like separated. So Danny's like, but please, some of my people are asking that Jade not be included. Some people from our villa were also like, yeah, if she's there, I'm not gonna be there because I don't want to be thrown overboard. So I make the decision from everyone's feedback to obviously not include Jade in the yacht. And to do that, I go out of my own pocket and refund her money. But however, her friends we didn't have any issues with. In fact, I quite liked her friends. They actually were pretty damn cool. Fast forward, we're now at the yacht place. We arrive. And guess who arrives? The audacity of some people. I had already given her a refund and she still comes. What were you expecting? Me to change my mind? Everyone's texting me like, Anita, what the fuck are you doing here? And I'm like, girl, I don't know. I did not, I didn't invite her. Like, I don't know. She's like, oh, I want to go on the yacht. And I'm like, babe, we talked about this. I gave you a refund. Her friends, however, were like, listen, we need a refund because we can't go without her. And I told them, like, babes, if you ask someone to replace you or something, cool, but if not, I'm so sorry, I cannot take that hit. I just can't. And luckily, Will, he wanted to go on the yacht, so he was able to replace one of the girls, right? The other girl, there was no replacement. So we go to the boat, and let's give her a name, Lena. So Lena is hooked to the boat. Lena is Jade's friend, the friend that paid for the yacht, but she doesn't want to go on the yacht without Jade because, you know, friends, ship, whatever. Lena addresses the yacht. She's like, guys, like, you know, I can't leave Jade behind. You know, raise your hand if you want Jade to come. Yeah, so everyone's just like, except for God bless Danny, raise their hand. Then she now asks, like, y'all need to contribute like a few dollars each to give me back collectively my refund. So will you guys agree to do that? Everyone's like, some people are like, girl, I don't know you to be giving him, like, who are you? Like, what's happening? So she left very frustrated. And the yacht happened, honestly, the yacht was fantastic. It was actually really great. And again, I'm gonna have my vlog up soon, if not before this video, so check that out, the vlog. The yacht I'm so glad it restored all the vibes.
So, I mean, it's safe to say, I feel like everyone's vibes were restored after the yacht.
Yeah, I think so too. So collectively, from my group, our spirits were shattered, but we still had a good time on the yacht. We had a great time.
Yeah, so we are now, you know, it's like our last night, and we're just kind of like reflecting, and it's a little crazy. I was asking one of the people in that group, and I was like, oh, like, how come you guys like never showed up to any of the things that we jointly planned, or rather I planned? Oh, we didn't know there was anything. I was like, what? Jade didn't tell us we were doing this activity with you guys. She didn't tell us any of that. And I'm just sitting there like, wow. The fact that like they just had no inkling or idea, it was kind of like, damn, like at the very least, have compassion, have respect for other human beings. Oh, and also Will was telling me about his side that like, Will was saying that Jade had excluded him, and like he was trying to take like a taxi or something because they had hired a driver, and Jade had called the driver. And I mean, I'll put his point here.
Called the driver while the driver was taking me there. The driver put her on speaker. It was like, hey, you're not supposed to drive Will anymore. After I paid her my portion of the money for the driver trip. And like, she didn't know I was listening because the driver put her on speaker, because like, nobody expected her to say some dumb shit like that.
Why did she do that?
Because she looked at you guys as the op. That's why. Because I'm affiliated with
You're
them,
friendly.
essentially.
Yeah.
Like, she was trying to make it seem like I'm crossing the other side or some shit.
I appreciate you for taking the time. And then
I don't fuck with her or none of her friends. Shay and Bella are cool.
Okay.
But like,
bye. Some of that actually was new information to me.
So now let's talk about the aftermath of the villa incident. So Danny basically, so imagine their first night there, this happens, like, bruh. Danny's like, bruh, the host will never trust me again. So the host was furious. The host sits down with Danny and is like, bruh, not only did I go on a limb out for you to like allow you to do this for this one night, you go and do this, you know? And on top of that, there's damages. She's like, you need to pay for this. So Danny ends up paying a total of $500. And so Danny sits with me and Charles, and he's like, listen, I can't like front this bill. I don't feel right splitting it amongst the people in my villa. You and Jade's group needs to figure this out. On one hand, you have Jade, who, if not for her aggression and like trying to fight Lily and whatever, none of this would have happened. On a second hand, you have Peter, who technically pushing people off caused them to fall into the things that ended up breaking. And then on a third hand, you have Dan, who instigated Peter in the first place. So what we ended up doing, Charles ended up paying the money. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Comment below and like, is that whose fault really is it? Like, who do you think should bear that cost?
So I was completely shocked to see her act that way and treat somebody, especially someone that didn't do anything to her. Like, how you gonna be mad in Jamaica, of all places? Jamaica? paid all that money to be mad in Jamaica. I'm glad I was able to see this side because, you know, I don't like drama. I really pray for her, whatever she's going through, that caused her to be so consumed by anger and insecurity or jealousy to behave that way.
In my opinion, there was no reason. There's no reason for somebody to put their hands on somebody else because they don't like their vibe. The one thing I've been gathering from hearing different people's accounts is like, this is like, there's definitely some demons she's battling. And I used to have friends like that in college. Fuck that. You're a result of the company that you keep, and make sure that the people who are around you, the people that you're giving your energy to, are deserving of it. And not only that, but will reciprocate it. If you have a friend who's like, they're always being a bully to other people and you think it's fine because it's like, oh, well, it's not to me. So when the tables are turned and now you're the object of that aggression, I don't think you'll be laughing then. If somebody came at me and was blocking me and this every day, every week is a new drama, that's not a friendship. That's just, I mean, maybe it is to some people. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I enjoyed making it, filming it. I now have a migraine. Let me know you guys' opinions of what you guys think. Like, because I will say, I didn't do this before. When she started trying to defend herself, she's like, oh, this is my birthday trip. This is my birthday trip. We're all in different like groups all together. So for you to now claim that every one of us 40 people is now a member of your birthday trip and therefore should abide by these rules is just not realistic. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a fabulous day. Everyone, just go and take this as a lesson to go reevaluate your friends and just look at your people you're surrounding yourself with and just do a spring cleaning, if you will. What I can tell you is subscribe, to like, to comment, follow. What else is there? Everything that I desire. And I will see you guys in the next video.